Nairobi power!
Allow me to say that this is a new dawn for the UDA party in the Assembly. I'm so much delighted by this opportunity to serve. I'm grateful to the Almighty God for this opportunity. I also thank the entire UDA party, led by His Excellency the President William Ruto, for trusting in our leadership. I also want to thank my colleagues in the minority party in the Assembly for believing in us. It's also a new high for women leadership in Kenya.
Yes.
Truly, going by the list from the UDA party and the Kenya Kwanza leadership, believe in the women empowerment. Allow me to lead my statement that has been acknowledged by all the members of the minority party. And I will start. It is now 1 year since Nairobians went to the ballot and gave us a result. During the heated campaigns, those of us in the county assembly and our friends in the county executive identified a number of issues that we promised to address once elected. Top on our agenda included good roads, dignified affordable housing, clean water, street lighting, traffic decongestion, improved health services, efficient public transport, and conducive environment for a thriving business community. We in the UDA party further sold to Nairobians the bottom-up transformative agenda aimed at uplifting the less fortunate, who include mama bogas and the boda-bodas, to prosperity. Many bought our ideas, and we resoundingly defeated our opponents. 1 year down the line, the question dawning on us is whether we have lived to the promises we made to our people. What tangible deliverables can we show? While we appreciate the policies that His Excellency the Governor Sakaja has been initiating, we must ask ourselves, do the policies have immediate positive impact on the people? As members of the County Assembly, especially from the ruling party UDA, have we provided the necessary support to His Excellency the Governor to achieve the party's agenda, and to what extent? The above questions are the reasons why we find ourselves in the current situation. It is clear that we have not done very well as expected. While we acknowledge that UDA Kenya Kwanza is the minority party in the Assembly, the executive, which has greater responsibilities, is firmly in our control. Therefore, we have no excuses. Indeed, the leadership changes that we have witnessed today is partly a response to the issues we are raising here. Allow me, therefore, to mention some of the issues bedeviling both the Assembly and the Executive that now must be addressed following these leadership changes in order to attain the promises that we made to the people of this great city. I will begin with the Assembly as follows. 1, a complacent Assembly, neither asking the hard questions nor pushing fully the government agenda. We find ourselves in uncharted waters where the minority party in the legislature is the one forming the government. This has left our friends in the majority, whom, as expected, has no interest of the ruling party, pushing their own agenda, which sometimes conflict with the government agenda. It is sad that the previous leadership of our party only pursued their personal agenda instead of offering necessary support in form of both criticism and legislative support. Number 2, the independence of the Assembly. While we appreciate that the County Assembly must collaborate with other arms of government, especially the County Executive, in achieving its goals, we must never allow a situation where the Assembly depends on external parties for survival. There must be a clear separation of powers and functions if we have to realize effective oversight. This is the only way the Assembly's voice can be heard and be respected. Unfortunately, in the last 1 year, there has been little or no clear separation of powers. This must be reversed. Number 3, poor or delays in resourcing of assembly activities. Related to the issue of independence of the assembly, it is a question of financing of assembly activities. We've been told that the current public finance management architecture leaves the assembly at the mercy of the CEC member for finance and the controller of budget. That the CEC member decides what to pay, what not to pay, and when to pay. Whether this is true or not, it is a fact that honorable members have not been fully resourced for them to execute their mandate. In most cases, members have in some occasions attended workshops and other events but failed to be reimbursed. With this arrangement, carrying out oversight becomes very difficult. This must urgently be addressed by all those concerned, including the Office of the Clerk of the Assembly. Number 4, lack of meaningful legislative output. The Assembly executes its mandate through committees and the bills and the motions passed by the House. Without laws enacted by the Assembly, the governor cannot govern effectively. Unfortunately, for the past 1 year, we have performed dismally. Apart from the budget-related bills and planning documents, we have nothing else to show. Our committees are no longer as active as they should be. The previous leadership did nothing to address this matter. We wish to remind the Office of the Clerk of the Assembly and the County Attorney that with the new leadership, matters of legislation shall be given priority. Regarding the county executive, we have the following to note. 1, a disconnect between the executive priorities and the realities on the ground. Our people have already told us what they want the government to address. This includes an end to traffic congestion, collection of garbage, repair of already impassable roads, settlement of genuine pending bills, a stable supply of clean water, and improved environment. Unfortunately, this is not what the executive is implementing. We want to see results and not rhetoric. Payment of huge legal bills and harassment of traders by county askaris can never be the people's priority. Number 2, delays in the implementation of projects, especially the Ward Development Program projects. While we appreciate His Excellency the Governor's commitment to support Ward Development Program projects, it is unfortunate that some officers have been a hindrance to the realization of the Noble program. This also applies to other projects being implemented by the county government. We implore upon His Excellency the Governor to take personal interest in this matter and ensure that projects are procured on time, implemented, and contractors, suppliers equally paid on time. This is the only way to realize development. We undertake to follow up on these issues. This is the reason why we were elected into office. This is why we take over the leadership of this great city in the assembly. Unlike our predecessors who chose to pursue personal interests, we promise our members and Nairobians in general that we shall push these agendas. In conclusion, we are grateful to the Almighty God for this opportunity to serve. We thank the entire UDA party, led by His Excellency the President William Ruto, for trusting in our leadership. We thank our colleagues in the minority party for believing in us. It is also a high time, as I said, for women leadership. Truly going by these appointments, UDA and Kenya Kwanza believe in women empowerment. Finally, we promise not to let our members down. We will work with everyone, including those who have just been replaced. We believe in unity of purpose. We must now restore confidence in the leadership of the party in the assembly.
This morning, I want to report to you that the minority side of Nairobi City County has been facing leadership wrangles during the recent months. The leadership that has been in place has demonstrated inadequacies that have negatively affected service delivery to the people of Nairobi, who elected and put all of us here as members of the County Assembly. As members with allegiance to Kenya Kwanza, we have been studying the conduct of the said leadership and established that they were no longer neither committed to serve the interests of the party nor Nairobians at large. The said leadership aspirations were not resonating well with the aspirations of the people. It is on this reason we reasoned together and established that as a party we can do better, and observance of the standing orders of the County Assembly resolved to beseech the party to effect changes in the leadership. In this regard, the party had us, and via letter dated UDA NCA 2023, date on 23rd October 2023, it communicated to the Speaker changes in the Assembly minority leadership. In the said communication that has since been received in the office of the Speaker, I, Honorable Joyce Modhoni Kamau, I have been designated as the minority whip of this great city of Nairobi. I have no doubt that as the minority membership, we have followed through the due process to reach where we are today. May I therefore take this opportunity to congratulate the new leadership under the guidance of Honorable Waithera Chege, who has been designated as the leader of minority party. I have confidence that the new leadership is up to task and will deliver to you all. Indeed, after being bestowed with such responsibility, we are called upon to serve all members, regardless of the party affiliation. I therefore want to assure all members of our dedication to their interests and the request and the majority party side to team up with us in order to collectively deliver to the members and people of Nairobi. I believe that together we can walk a great distance and do so much to transform Nairobi. The Assembly is called upon the Constitution to deliver on 4 fronts. Number 1, legislation, oversight and representation, and policy making. These are the duties. These are not duties to joke with. Rather, trust duties we call upon to deliver on behalf of the owners of power. The power belongs to the people. In teamwork, we are more than ready to do our part and to meet the special share of the challenges that come with the positions we hold in order to ensure that Nairobi City County reigns high as the city to work, live, and invest in. As I conclude, and without preempting, I believe up to where we are, we have followed through all the relevant procedures as provided for the standing orders of the County Assembly. The UDA party has played its part, and therefore I want to call upon the Speaker to play his part and ensure that the communication is formalized and by conveying the same to the plenary as soon as possible, because Nairobians cannot wait to be served better. Finally, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to UDA party under the leadership of the President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, and the Deputy President of Kenya, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua, for giving me this opportunity to serve as the party's deputy's minority whip, and now finding it appropriate to elevate me to serve in the new capacity as the minority whip of the Assembly. This demonstrates the level of confidence you have in me, and may I assure the party that I shall serve with dedication and new resolve to ensure that interests of the party and Nairobians are met. I acknowledge and appreciate the party's outstanding confidence in women.